In some respects, things are going really well for me. And then in some ways, everything is kind of falling apart. Ugh. Being dead honest, the house is a total mess. I'm overwhelmed. Primarily because I haven't made a YouTube video in so long. Life has just very much got on top of me this month. I have been filming, but the edit has yet to happen. And I'm visiting my dad twice this week. I usually start vlogging and then the week kind of falls apart when I go to see my dad because I don't know how to communicate that in like a vlog format. But I just need to turn the camera on and give it a go. I miss 168 hours, so I'm back. Let's have a cute morning. I need to get up and get ready. I need to edit a reel that's due in for approvals, which if you don't know, when you're working with a brand, like they have to sign off everything before you post it, and they get a round of amends as well. So this will be the first round. And oh my God, this job's been amazing because when I showed up, I recognized the guy who was like the coordinator that I got to speak to, who'd organized the whole campaign. He's called Kenny and he's been in my audience for such a long time. And I was like, are you? No. And we'd never actually met, so it was so nice to get to chat. So you could say I'm a Nepo baby. It was really lovely. Okay, enough chatter. So let's get going. Our boiler's also not working, so it's cold showers today. Video done, sent to the brand. I've just had some yogurt, some berries, some granola, blueberries specifically, and now I'm gonna head down to see my dad. Just leaving where my dad's living. He improves so much every time I see him. There's obviously good days and bad days, but the frame of reference for what is a good day and what is a bad day keeps shifting in a fundamentally positive direction. When he got sick, they had to remove a portion of his skull. And we found out recently that hopefully the operation will be done in February, my birthday month, which does change my birthday plans slightly, I can't lie, but obviously for the best. Anyway, now for my second parent of the day. I'm gonna have coffee with my mum. The time has come. The sheets are sitting on the bed. They're gonna be on the bed shortly. You know, we usually change our sheets every week, if not every 2 weeks. We're quite consistent. It's been about 3, and I'm gonna be completely honest with you, this room does not smell good. I've had a long day, I can't lie. So nice to see my dad, so nice always. However, the things we need to think about when it comes to his health and his situation are never ending. So there's always just so much to do. Not a week goes by where I don't have a list of 4 things I need to do related to my dad. But it's just mad. Like when someone loses capacity, how much you have to do is mind-blowing. There are like not many processes for resolving someone's life after an incident. I was feeling overwhelmed, so I've gone back to the classic big mega to-do list on my notes app. And one of the many things on there right now is trying to get our roof fixed. We have leaking, which I'm currently looking at as we speak. There is damp forming up there. I am low-key quite anxious about it because it took our neighbours 1.5 years to get their leak fixed. And this one is right by our wardrobe. Being completely honest, there's a lot going on. As I was saying to my mum earlier, you can't go over it, you can't go under it, you can't go round it. In the wise words of we're going on a bear hunt, you've got to go through it. Nothing will fix from me being worried about it. And I'm sitting there being a hypocrite because I'm anxious as I hear the rain continue. Don't buy a flat in a Victorian building. Very, very silly. Okay, sorry, big moan out the way. I am actually fine. Fundamentally, I have a roof over my head. I am healthy, I'm loved. It's gonna be okay. If you ever wondered what is under my pillow, the answer is various scrunchies and various sleep masks. I've put a ring light up. If you can see that, that's what that is. HelloFresh has been a godsend this week. Jack's been on a pitch, which means he's doing huge hours in the office. And I've been here, there and everywhere. I visited my dad once, I'm gonna go again. Ordering a box just helps us save time and money. If I'm running late and I need to get groceries somewhere within a 10-minute walk of our house, it is so hard to save money. Absolutely love the local grocery stores, but everything is £1 million. So even though it might seem counterintuitive at first, HelloFresh is above and beyond better value for us. So we ordered 3 meals to serve 2 people. And it just means that, you know, if we're in the house together, we can cook it together, Or if one of us gets home before the other, they can cook it and leave leftovers. Makes it easier to budget. The meals are delicious. I made a salmon teriyaki noodle bowl. Oh, so good, and has so much veg in it as well. And you can also add dessert, snacks and sides to your order. So she's versatile, she's affordable, great for time management. What more could you want? As life is a little busy right now as we reach autumn, I am so glad to have HelloFresh. If you would like 60% off your first box, 25% off your next 2 months of boxes, and free desserts for life, boy do I have a code for you. You can use the unique code MOONUNIQUE or go to hellofresh.com/MOONUNIQUE. So yeah, thank you HelloFresh for working with me on this video. I for one am very grateful for your service. And I know there's another person in my household who is as well. What else is going on? I'm curious as to what it will be like to edit this video, because I feel like every single day I've had a million different feelings. I think there's just a lot to think about, but I also think, in the wise words of a lady I currently can't remember the name of, you're thinking about yourself too much. Like, ultimately this is a very self-involved job, and sometimes I just need to read a book and go and help someone else. Like, I go to events and there's all these beautiful creators and I just automatically assume that everyone knows what they're doing. They've got their life together with their nice handbags and the clothes that fit them really well and their hair nicely styled, and I'm there showing up in some jeans and trainers like, hi. And suddenly in that moment I feel like it's written all over my face that I have no idea what I'm doing. It's silly. And that is my big megamind brain making things up. I've been working on a song. It's nothing special, but I think it's kind of satisfying. I don't really know why. I don't need to know why, Lizzie. You don't need to have an answer to everything. Hello and welcome to my tiny bedroom studio. I'd like you to admire my new speakers. I want my little space to be as cozy as possible. This is also where I edit my videos. You've seen it a million times, but in case you're new. I found a sample of a girl on TikTok I really liked. There's a scratch vocal on there, so just bear with it, it's got no words. So this is like an idea. It's a blessing to not understand why people do the things that they do. Filler words. This things I like about it, I think it's got really nice, soft, ethereal sounds in it. It feels like a warm hug. It's one of the first things I've made that sounds genuinely very warm. I love the contrast between really cold sounding songs and really warm sounding songs. All of my playlists are designed with a temperature and a time of year and a mood in mind. So often I'll be thinking, oh, I'd listen to this at night in autumn. And so, you know, sometimes I want to make music that sounds like that. It sounds really good in your headphones, but less so on speakers. Maybe it needs a bass line with a bit more like bounce. There's this kind of first part which I think of as very full, and then I think there needs to be a pullback where it sounds more stripped and then it goes back to being full. And I also obviously need to write something on it. Producing is a means to an end for me. It's a way of putting my ideas into something consumable that then other people, I guess, could develop. I just think it sounds really warm. Oh, like a hug. Anyway, with that in mind, I've got my candle on my tea. I'm probably gonna continue working on it. I've got a couple of hours before dinner. I'm just so glad I found a hobby that I really enjoy. I spend so much time making music at the moment. The only issue is finishing things. I need a reason to be finishing things. I need to be held accountable. I'm just gonna whack this up while I do my makeup. Instant Radiance. The only thing about this product, right, is I can never work out how to get it to pump easily. Do I hold it this way or do I hold it that way? Ah, there we go. Today we are going to just tear through the to-do list. When I'm stuck, to-do list. Oh, I'm all red, look at me, I'm so red. Every time I remember something, even if it's in the dead of night, I roll over and make a note on my notes app. It's raining again. I'm actually being well gross at the moment and applying all my makeup with my fingers. Does it produce the best result? No. Does it make it sit better on my skin? No. Is it quicker? Absolutely not. But I just haven't been bothered to wash my brushes. It's October and I hadn't realised, but obviously it's sober October. I feel like I should have planned something, have some nuggets of wisdom for you. But honestly, one of the blessings of having quit, and I'm nearly 3 years out now, is that I don't think about sobriety in the same terms that I did when I quit. I was so stressed by it. You know, it took up so much of my brain. Whereas now, generally speaking, it's an afterthought. I remember saying this at my 2-year video and someone was like, oh, it's lucky for some. Obviously I have to keep it in check. I'm not functioning purely on free will, you know? It's a trade-off, I think. If I work hard at my sobriety, it becomes easy. I obviously have to make an effort, but the effort feels smaller and smaller. This is my favourite concealer, by the way. It is the Ilia Serum Concealer. I haven't tried many Ilia products, but all the ones I have tried I've thought were really good. And I know that I make a video in November usually, commemorating my sober B-day. So I know that's coming. I feel like maybe that makes me feel less pressure to say something in October. I can't believe it's been a year since my last one. God, I've lived like 15 lifetimes in this year. But yeah, I met 2 people this week who were struggling with their relationship with booze and drugs. And I was just like, filled with gratitude that I've made it this far. Or even I just think about the dad stuff and I think like I couldn't have dealt with that if I was still drinking. Like I just was such a chronic avoider. It may not have been obvious from the outside, obviously. I didn't post any booze for like 5 years on this platform before I got sober, just because of the way things panned out. I didn't want to be seen to promote it. And even though on here I was such an oversharer, that was honestly because it was the easiest way that I could get my feelings out. Actually talking to people or actually dealing with things in person, I just didn't want to do. I didn't feel capable of doing it. I should give myself some credit. I just found it incredibly difficult and I didn't have the tools. That is my roof leaking. Maybe we could talk about the house. I'm definitely going to make a video about things I wish I'd known. I just think, anyway, I realised recently that I have a fear of being contentious. I try and really think about what I say before I say it on the internet, because words have a lot of meaning when you put them here, you know, and words have consequences as well. But I also realised recently I'm quite guarded in terms of what I say because I know so many people that I know in real life watch this and follow me online. When I started, I was much more free, and I think it's because this was like a niche thing. I remember the moment that I realised that I had to take the attitude that if I wouldn't say it in front of my mum, I couldn't say it on here. But there's a lot of stuff I wouldn't say in front of my mum, as I'm sure you'd agree. I'm sure there's a lot of stuff my mum wouldn't say in front of her mum. Sorry, we're really going everywhere today. I've actually had a few DMs about this. I'm taking a little break from having nails on, partially because of money. The roof's leaking. I'm a bit nervous about money at the moment. Our boiler broke. I actually don't have loads of savings since we bought this place. I haven't really managed to build up a good cushion again, and that's something I really want to work on. So yeah, partially a financial decision, but more so I just accidentally left it too long and then had to do a DIY removal myself. I couldn't get an appointment anywhere and they were like disgustingly grown out. Luckily, my friend who lives across the road, Sasha, had a kit where she removes her own gel nails. So she kindly let me do it at her house. We were there for drinks and I was just sat there like scraping off this like serum from my nails. It's something I didn't think I'd do because I have actually been so nervous that I would start biting them again. I was a chronic nail biter my whole life. The only thing that stopped me was getting gels, so I kept getting gels. I had pure fear that I would effectively relapse on the nail biting if I didn't. But so far it's been okay. The only thing I'm struggling with is hangnails. I've got a break here and I know I've got to deal with it really soon or I'm going to start biting them. But it's actually been really nice having a break. I'd really recommend it. It's good to challenge yourself a little bit as well. And you know, I had to remind myself at the end of the day, if I did bite them, they'll grow back. It would not have been the end of the world. This is my everyday makeup at the moment. Super simple. Often I'll also powder this kind of top area of my, what would you call this? Brow bone, and then underneath my eyes, just because it tends to stop my mascara flaking. This is an amazing mascara that Hourglass unlocked, instant extensions, but it does sometimes flake. Like part of the charm of it is it comes off so easily when you're washing your face, but it does mean you have to take a few precautions in the day. This is absolutely ratty, but I use this Kristen S Recovery Balm stick to do my slick back. It's a great product, but obviously everything sticks to it. Maybe because of my face shape, there's always quite a noticeable gap, but we can't have everything in life and I don't want to wash my hair. So we've got to work with what we've got. So yeah, I'm gonna aim for like a middle. I can't remember if I mentioned, but I've joined a new management and that's really exciting. It's the dichotomy of life, isn't it? Especially in your 20s. In some respects, things are going really well for me. I feel very excited about my career. I feel very excited about music. And then in some ways, everything is kind of falling apart and there's like a duality. It's like that meme, you can't have all three things at once, you know, fun, work, sleep. I should do it like this. Thank God I bought these thick bands. I used to hate them. I actually think they're quite useful. This guy on top of that. And then let's smooth it out. I tend to curl the bits that I leave out at the front. I was sitting on my heels, but it's starting to hurt. I have lots of flyaways at the back. I'm going to use these little clips. I'm going to take the flyaways, twist them up and clip them as close to the bun as possible. That will have to do. It's definitely not perfect. These are amazing. You know some appliances you just have for the longest time? GHDs. They last forever. My dad has a slow cooker from 1978. You know, appliances are actually well worth the investment. How's that for just a bit of extra? Yeah, that's good. Yeah, that's better, isn't it? Okay, so there's the hair. That's the back. If it looks bad, don't tell me. I don't have time to fix it. I love the trench. It's a perfect length, you'll see.
It's very old. I love it so much. My dress is nobody's child. My bag is
Cute! And shoes?
I think they're ASOS. I think. They're very, very old.
So it's from tiny little towels that I read to you very long time ago. And then is another story. So most importantly, my earrings are my favourite. You haven't been in the vlog in ages.
I know.
It might be years.
It can't be that long.
No, because I guess we did stuff at YouTube, didn't we? There's got to have been.
It's at least once a year.
Yeah.
I feature.
We've done like the whole thing. You're married. Mm-hmm. Like we did the wedding. You probably were first in the vlog when we were like 18.
It's been a decade. Cheers.
Woo.
But a decade online. Chronically.
Yeah. Pray for us. Oh my goodness.
Do you want me to do like a...
Oh yeah, go on.
I'm offering to do a pretend dip. Ready?
Wow. Superb. I need to see what this does like.
It's really good.
I love it.
Really good work. Yeah.
I mean, I don't know if you can see the state of this kitchen, just like ignore it. I was meant to be having friends over tonight for a supper club. They're like kind of a collective of really interesting creative women. It was my turn to host, so I got everything planned, and then 4 people pulled out yesterday, and I was like disheartened, but like, okay, no worries, you know, there'll be 3 of us, it'll be nice. And then one of the girls just pulled out, and yeah, I said to the final girl, I was like, look, let's rehash it, let's do it another day. So I was meant to be hosting a dinner, but it's not happened. I went for a run this morning with Jack, and I'm not a runner. I don't enjoy it very much, but I'm trying to, you know, be open-minded, try new things. And I made the fatal error of not eating straight afterwards. I was kind of like, you know, when your stomach's just like, you've done exercise and you just don't want to eat. But actually it's just fucked me the entire day. I felt awful. I told myself, well, I've got the ingredients for 4 people's worth of the salmon and orzo dish that I plan to make, so I might just make it for me and Jack. Jack's not even here, he's out. He planned to be out because I was going to be hosting a dinner for the girls, but he can have it tomorrow. Oh yeah, and then finally, as I got the text from one of the final girls saying she couldn't come, I dropped my mug in the sink and broke it. One of my favourite mugs. So today's a write-off, we're done. So yeah, I'm sad and I'm glum. I'm just looking around my kitchen like it's disgusting. I hate washing up. I want my dishwasher back. Haven't had a dishwasher for 2 years. Just everything's out on the surfaces. We don't have enough storage space. Let's just make some salmon. It'll be fine. I need to eat a proper meal, that's for sure. I don't know if you can see. This is my lovely sealing skills in action. It's like a normal amount of water. Yeah, that. I'm just gonna make an executive guess. Usually if you want water to absorb in a grain, you just cover it. Okay. You can have a hard day, but you can also have a Diet Coke. The smallest things can push me over the edge at the moment, but I also have gained a real appreciation for the smallest things. Generally speaking, my mental health is relatively stable. You would not know that from this vlog. But I'm a bit more susceptible to like one small thing pushing me over the edge. So breaking the mug was very nearly gonna ruin my day. This has made me very happy. It's exactly what I want to eat. Soft pasta, salmon, lemony goodness. Speaking of lemony goodness. Life is not perfect, but this will do. God, that is divine. I'm gonna eat this and finish the final episode of Kardashians.